Peace and love. I am me coming with more inside information, right? I'm going to give you some. All right, let's just show you. Zebras are really just horses, right? A zebra is a horse. Okay, let's be wise about this. A zebra is only a horse painted in black and white stripes. That's it. That's all it is. Like, this one is not really hard. I know throughout the years, everyone in probably in their whole life says zebra and a horse is the same thing because it's only a horse. There's no zebras. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, humans have different type of jobs that they do to distract you and to fool you. And this is one of them. It's another one. A zebra never existed because it's really a horse, right? They are not real animals. It's really a horse in black and white stripes. So it's not really that hard. I'm gonna show y'all something on gematria and everything. But let's go here real quick. Because like I said, this is their jobs, you know what I'm saying? These people do it as their jobs. They say are zebra horses or donkeys. Let me just, they said the only surviving branch of a horse family is a genius equinus, which includes zebras, asses, donkeys, along with horses. Asses are donkeys. Okay, let's not get in. It's really just asses and horses or donkeys and horses. It's not no zebras and asses. It's just one species. You know what I'm saying? One animal. They try to push all these animals like in a sense, you know what I'm saying? It's just a horse, They try to put different names on it, like it's just a horse. You see what I'm saying? Just one breed of horse. So let's go here real quick. I'm gonna show y'all real quick on some things. Their conversation status near threatened. Okay, they're horses. Horses are near threatened. So their speed is 40 miles per hour. Maximum running. Let's go to a horse. It's 55. They really the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They really just are the same thing. So I'm gonna show you. Let's go real quick. Let's show you here real quick. I'm sure I'll mockery here. This so-called zebra is a equinus capinus. You see that? I mean, it's kind of weird. They put names like that on a animal to they're just crazy to make up that type of name for an animal. And look at this, right? So you look at this, I guess this is stink, this animal, which is a horse, it's not a full zebra yet. You know what I'm saying? This is what it was back then. It became a stink. You see what I'm saying? This is mockery. This is mockery. They say, fossil giant zebra tracks found in South Africa. See, this is mockery. You see what I'm saying? Look at this. This is a horse or a donkey in stripes. That's all it is. You see what I'm saying? They was already doing it back then. And they didn't call this a zebra or some type of other animal. This is a horse. Because if you go to a horse, you see this guy white legs and brown. And then you go to a horse, you go here, you see a Mustang, whatever you want to call it, a Mustang horse. Look at that. It's just the same thing. You see, it's basically the same thing. Let me go to like an image or something. It is the same thing. These are the same. You see, this is a horse. It's just they just putting the stripes on it to make it seem like it's a zebra. Look at that. They just put in your face, try to make a new animal, a new species, but that's a horse. It's clearly a horse. That's all. I'm gonna show you how it's a horse because okay, you go to Rockefeller, right? Rockefeller rode a horse. I knew that he rode a horse. You know, really, they try to put zebras. They say he rode a zebra, but it's really a horse. Because we go to the images, I'll show you. See, this is a zebra, so called, but it's a horse. You see, these are horse. They won't ride on zebras. They always ride horse carriages, and they just put marker in your face to make it seem like they rode a zebra, but it's a horse. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they just, and that's the masonry, the black and white symbolism, like the checkerboard. You see what I'm saying? Show you some gematria real quick, because that's what it is. Like I was looking up some zebras they call, because they got all types of zebras, so-called species. All these species, I could have put all their names down, but like Grant's mainless zebra. You see what I'm saying? All these zebras they made up, which is a horse. Right? These are horses that are painted black and white stripes for masonry. See what I'm saying? That's all it is. I'm gonna read something to y'all in a few. But plain zebras, 6'6", you know, zebra is 83. You see that 25 and you see that 29 because it's the same as horse, right? Because that's all they is. That's all they are. See, it's a horse, zebra, horse, the same thing. Um, a mainless zebra, you see 25, 88. Chapman, that's a zebra, 29, 34. Chapman zebra, I put down. Equanas, that's the I guess this is what they call zebras. You see what I'm saying? That's what they call them, the higher classifications. So yeah, the scientific name. They got to put scientific in everything. Um, this 83, you know what I'm saying? You see the 25, they just like it's a horse. See what I'm saying? It's a horse. It's a zebra. The 83, the same thing. It's a horse. Um, a donkey is 25, right? See, it's just like it's a horse, and it's 29. You know, it's a horse. I didn't put much because I didn't want to, you know, guana. That's the I was looking at that word right there. It's that word of that scientific name, and I was looking at it. 2754. Um, it's just like the Chapman zebra, the 54, right? But so I'm gonna show you something. Read something real quick. Hey, the truth behind why zebras have stripes. But real quick before that, I'm gonna show you this real quick. How they put the truth in your face, and you don't even try to go research it. You don't like. Look at this. Look at that. It's just a myth of this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna show you real quick what they just put in your face of this zebra. What we're looking at right quick. It is right. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I just knew. I just saw that because they put a they put right here. See what this says? It says a horse disguised as a German cavalry zebra. You see that? You see what I'm saying? They've been doing this drought and riding zebras, which is horse. They put a horse in. They say they put a horse from like put the stripes on horses to be zebras. Like I ain't gonna read all this. He said because of their resemblance to a familiar horse, there has always been great interest in taming and training zebras because it's a horse. You see what I'm saying? It's they clearly say a horse designed as a German cavalry zebra. See, it's they're just telling you it's a horse. Zebras never. They just painted horse. They just paint horses. I just, wait a way. I'm gonna go ahead. The truth behind zebras. Why the truth behind why zebras have stripes, right? I'm gonna show you something. You see this mockery? They put a they say biologists dress horses in zebra print to observe flies. So this is what they do. They paint these horses because they're doing these experiment on these these horse flies or house flies, whatever you want to call them. Because I was reading this article right here, they was basically giving you the answer of why they okay they put the stripes on it. For example, because they let me read just a little bit of it what I read to show you. See right here, it said flies that bite and suck blood are commonly menaced to animals in Africa. Horse flies and Tees flies also transmit disease like sleeping sickness, horse African horse sickness, and potential fatal equine influenza. The thin hair of zebra pose little barrier to biting flies, but analysts of the Tees flies diets found no trace of zebra blood. So you see why they say far few flies land on zebras or horses with striped coats. So they're doing experiment on these horse to for these flies will not land on these horse to basically kill them in a sense. So they say right here, I'm gonna read this part. They'll say the flies would try to land on the stripes but would fail to decelerate as they normally would approaching a non-striped surface. You see, and bounce off. It looks like it looks as if they cannot recognize that black and white surface as a good landing spot. You see what I'm saying? They're really doing this for the confusion of these horse flies. I meant they say right here they observe horseflies in and around zebras and horses. Some horses had black and white or striped coat placed on them. The horseflies hovered around zebras and horses in similar amounts, but far fewer flies landed on zebras or horses with striped coats. You see what I'm saying? It's basically they do an experience on the horse, so the house on horseflies won't get on. That's simple. And then they said here the so-called the black and white stripes, the black stripes would absorb the heat in the morning while warm up the zebra slash horse, whereas the white stripes would reflect light more and could thus help cool zebras as they gaze for hours in the blazing sun. You see what I'm saying? This is all, like I said, this is all have to do with masonry with the checkerboard, right? Um, Checkerboard, right? If you look at the masonry checkerboard, that's all it is. It's just checkerboards. You know what I'm saying? Black and white masonry checkerboard. Let's put in the masonry because that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? When you see the black and white, it's the black and white masonry checkerboard, masonic checkerboard. See, it's just about in your face in plain sight on a lot of little things in a lot of places, and people just walk like amazed. They try to put it in different color, but it's the same thing. But yeah, zebras, right? Zebras are not really real animals. They're just a horse. You see what I'm saying? It's just a horse in black and white stripes. You know what I'm saying? This is not that hard to recognize. Wild horses are really wild zebras, if you want to call it that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that difficult to see that. They try to put it in our face and make mockery, but it's the same animal. It's not no zebras. They never exist. It's a mockery of the masonry, right? Masonic checkerboard. That's what it is. That's all it is. So I'll return more with some more things soon. So